What is going on, my freaky friends? This is your friend King Julian, aka the Limp Master 5000, because I'm still limping. Today, with yet another very special video. What's standing in front of me is the latest addition to Honda's Naked family, the new Hornet 2023. I'm very excited about this since I've been deadly curious about this bike, and I want to look together with you at it in detail and see whether it's worth the hype. Now, when we look at it from the outside, let's see what we can identify right away. I would start with the front. We have the Nissan brakes. This is pretty standard. Dual discs in the front, Showa separate function fork, big piston, non-adjustable. If I light it up, you can see it has full LED system, adjustable brake lever, non-adjustable clutch. These buttons here suggest that there's some electronics going on. We have a couple of modes on this bike, and that means automatically we have throttle-by-wire technology. And over here is a beautiful TFT dash, finally adopted in Honda middleweight segment. I hope the CBR650R and CB650R will also get this nice treatment very soon. Now, design wise, I don't want to talk about it too much. All in all, I personally missed the wow effect when I saw this bike for the first time. It was like, yeah, I've seen this before. Like the headlight, this is the face of the bike, so if you want something really new and fresh, the face needs to be unique, you know. This tail, which reminds me of the CBR500, right? So might be reused as well. In this color scheme though, and in flesh, it looks like at least 5 times better. And a beautiful seat with double stitching. Honda did a great job here. So design wise, it is and it isn't a new bike, but what is definitely new is the engine here, and this is the star of the show. It's a 755cc parallel twin which produce 90-ish horses and crazy astonishing 75 Newton meters of torque. This particular bike also comes with an SC Project exhaust, which sounds just great. Oh, magnificent. Good, I think there's no point in talking about this too much. Maybe I'll just continue the walk around. So we've covered the front and the design. We have a fuel tank, which I really don't know what's the capacity of the fuel tank. Then the exhaust, smells good. And yeah, the rear end, a single disc, and a rear shock with adjustment for preload. That's it, I don't want to talk too much. Let's hit the road. As I'm maneuvering the bike manually, I can already tell it is very light. Very light. And I like it. The display is an intelligent one. It has this color inverting function depending on the light. And I must warn you, because I've been super busy and I just had time to take the bike to the garage, then I had to continue with my daily tasks, and now it might be dark outside. Yeah, but never mind. We'll check everything we want to check anyway. Oh. And as far as my first impressions go, neutral. I really like the throttle. I really like the throttle, and just like any other Honda bike, this thing feels so comfortable. The way everything feels, the clutch, the levers, you know, the throttle, it's very easy to operate. Like riding a cloud, actually. My position in the saddle is very relaxed. I have a great sense of stability. Let's try a first turn. By the way, I forgot to mention this thing has a quick shifter, and a very nice one. I just tried it. Quick shifter and the blipper, which means the downshift assistant. Oh, it sounds great. So very comfortable, really. I feel no pressure whatsoever anywhere on my body, though the legs are bent in a kind of sporty angle, but it doesn't feel too crazy. Now you can totally feel the weight of the bike. I mean, the lightness of the bike. It reminds me very much of the KJM machines. Feels like a Lego, doesn't look like a Lego though. It's a solid piece of machine. It's interesting because for a bike with this torque, I was expecting it to be a little more pushy in the first and second gear, but the power delivery is very linear, even maybe a little lazy in the first two gears. Then in the third gear and mid-rev range, it really shines, it really gets crazy and fun. One funny thing is, okay, you have to close the throttle. Good. So you can switch between the modes even with an open throttle, but you only activate them when you close it. This thing, by the way, has 4 modes. 3 of them are predefined. That would be the rain mode, aka the most boring one, which we won't even try because there's no need to. Then we have the standard and sport, and the fourth mode is the user mode, which means a mode that you can basically adjust according to your needs and wishes. I like to find 1 or 2 nice turns to see how the new Hornet sits on the road, but so far the suspension is not disappointing me. I really love the Honda suspension. I'm a big fan, and with these bikes, with these middleweights, especially with the city bikes, you don't even need any adjustability to the suspension. At least I don't. I'm really not missing that feature here because it's just so well set that I think it should fit pretty much any rider. And we're basically on a highway now, so let's check out the wind protection. Yeah, the wind protection is little to none, but at least I'm not getting so much wind blast on my chest. The helmet takes it all, of course, but I really do think that even this little panel over here does make a difference. Yeah, why not? So highway speed, highway cruising for this brief moment feels very nice. Now what's really comfortable about this bike is the throttle and the throttle response. It allows me to cruise very comfortably on the highway without putting any pressure whatsoever on my wrist. Actually, this is, I would very much appreciate this on any other bike, even on my Aprilia. It feels amazing. The throttle is just top notch. I love it. But of course, this bike is not designed with cruising in mind. It is a city bike, maybe lightly sports oriented, but man, the way it sits on the road, really nice. I can tell already now this is a perfect city bike. Absolutely. But don't get me wrong, this is definitely not a bike suitable for beginners. No sir. It has plenty of power. The 90-ish horsepower is just more than you'll ever need for city riding, and 75 Newton meters of torque is just crazy. That the torque is very strong with this one. Now I know there have been a lot of voices saying this is not a Hornet. The Hornet is a 4-cylinder. This is a twin. Honda cheated us. And while I agree this bike might have very little in common with the original Hornet, I think this was actually a very intelligent and logical move by Honda. And now hear me out. They have the CB750R, which in my view is the real successor of the original Hornet. And why would they have two four-cylinder bikes in the middleweight naked segment if they can produce something completely new, completely fresh? Not talking about the design, of course, we've covered that, but the engine is really a beautiful new addition to Honda family, I would say. So my first impressions are very positive. This bike might not have the wow effect that you would expect from a brand new Hornet, but the true magic is hiding inside somewhere around here. I also love the electronics and everything that this bike comes with. I'm really impressed. I didn't have big expectations, but I must say Honda really nailed it with this one, and I can't wait to hop on it again. Guys, this might be the best naked bike in terms of price / quality / fun factor ratio of the year. I don't want to be premature in my conclusions, but this might be it. And that's it for today. I hope you stick around and follow this adventurous week together with me. If you like my videos, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, leave comments. I love to be in touch with you guys. Thank you very much for your attention, and please do take good care of yourselves, your loved ones. Ride safe, be safe, stay safe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Cheers, bye-bye.